Transmedia storytelling and fan culture play a significant role in a piece of media's success today. The concepts intertwine to allow active audiences to communicate their opinions, create versions of the content they love, and share their creations with those that feel the same way. The Wizarding world has grossed over $9.4 billion worldwide.
Mr. Harry Potter wishes to make a withdrawal.
And with the story spanning so many media platforms out there, Harry Potter is the epitome of transmedia storytelling. It is no wonder it is the fourth highest grossing franchise and film series in the world. This video will analyse how transmedia storytelling and fandom culture partake in the Harry Potter franchise's incredible success, and will discuss the relationship fans have nowadays with the media they consume so passionately. Harry Potter is a contemporary fantasy covering 7 novels. It covers a range of themes such as magic, belonging, family, greed, love, death, and sacrifice. To summarise the narrative, the Chosen One, Harry Potter, is prophesied to stand against the Dark Lord Voldemort. The story follows the journey of this young wizard at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as he grows to become a powerful wizard, and with the help of his friends, family, and Hogwarts, fights to protect the magic world from Voldemort's devotion to achieve pure blood dominance. The Harry Potter franchise's evolution across media platforms and its success is credible to the expansion of media conglomerates today, such as YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. They allow for the story to continue further than just a book or film, and audiences can become more actively engaged via methods such as participatory culture and textual poaching, ultimately giving consumers and prosumers the ability to form a fandom. It is through these mediums that Harry Potter has created a global community of fans. However, there is question as to whether fan culture is healthy, particularly in reference to a worldwide phenomenon that is so successful it has the power to influence a fanatic's everyday life and identity, like Harry Potter. Exploring the full depths of a narrative cannot be reached on just one media platform. The more transmedia there is, the more an audience is exposed to the different representations articulated in the story, and can allow for more intertextuality that builds textual connections between stories, folding paratext into text. For example, the Harry Potter video game Hogwarts Legacy allows fans to become the witch or wizard, master spells and face off deadly enemies, immersing themselves in the world of magic. The accumulation of different media texts allows a narrative to build variation on sameness. Story can be built up but always remains the same, allowing audiences to learn more about the story world, characters for example, that they otherwise wouldn't experience from a singular media platform, because each medium makes its own unique contribution to the telling of the story. This allows audiences to get the maximum understanding of the narrative and allows them to shift into the story as much as they want. Transmedia not only relies on fans but can be controlled by them. Today, digital convergence now more than ever has completely enabled and encouraged global interaction and collaboration between fans, as accessing the internet has never been easier. A fandom functions as an alternative social community, whereby a group of individuals come together to share their passion and support for a piece of popular culture they love. Comic-Cons are a great example of participatory culture, as well as writing fan fictions, releasing YouTube videos, and visiting set tours such as the Harry Potter Studio Tour in London. By doing this, it enables the fan to feel belonging to that subculture, all together, supporting something they care for deeply. Within the realm of popular culture, fans are the experts. Over time, since social media has become more prevalent, the confidence of fan communities has grown with the size of their fandoms. Although it is great that audiences are now able to be more active and engaged, toxic fandom is becoming more prevalent today as they no longer fear being outspoken when they are disappointed by the media they consume. Gray believes the dislike of a text can be a key site for understanding why, how and when media matters to us and why, how and when it doesn't, elucidating there is a benefit to anti-fans as they inform creators of what is relevant in society today. As creators increasingly rely on fan support in the box office, they aim to create work fans care for deeply. Some fans, however, believe their opinion to be more superior than that of a filmmaking professional, and because of the community behind them, know there will always be people who agree with their views. Fandom is an important part in making a piece of media mainstream, and fans know this. Therefore, it is hard for media creators not to listen to fans' views on their work, even if they don't agree, because ultimately it's the fans that make their media successful. Fan culture has its positives and negatives, and transmedia is a highly driven fan format, and that is also its biggest risk. Therefore, it goes to question whether fandom is more a detriment to society than it is a benefit. There has been an increase in audience participation with media due to digitalisation developing in the last decade, as audiences are able to discover further, untouched areas of the story world via new different media platforms. Significantly successful transmedia storytelling Harry Potter examples include websites such as Pottermore, which is now closed, and the updated version of Pottermore, which is wizardingworld.com, fanfictions such as Harry Potter Puppet Pals on YouTube, and Harry Potter World at Universal Studios Orlando. All mediums that expand the 5 senses offer a new vision and perception. The examples listed bring to life the wizarding world for the fans, offering different ways for fans to immerse themselves and perceive the fictional world. Pottermore was created by J.K. Rowling to share new unpublished material with fans about the world of Harry Potter. Fans could learn in-depth knowledge of characters, locations and objects, plus play games as a give back to fans. Fans having a relationship with the author also makes the story more personal. The author then wants to ensure the audience will love the content they are consuming. Wizarding World, which was launched in 2019, has many new enhanced experiences. It features games, quizzes, Wizarding World news, authors' thoughts, exclusive new videos, and more, directly linking to Jenkins' transmedia principle of multiplicity. 20 years later, the magical world is still being expanded, not just continued through different media formats. Fan-made content such as YouTube videos sparks conversation between fans. Universal Studios allows fans to buy their own wands, ride roller coasters imitating them flying a broom, and try the Harry Potter famous butterbeer. This engaging media adds to the context and understanding of the story and allows fans to become a part of it themselves. Not only does transmedia continue to tell and/or expand stories in unique ways, but by doing so using so many media platforms, is able to reach new audiences who may not have been exposed to it before. For example, someone may not have seen the films but immerse themselves in the culture of Harry Potter via video games or theme park rides, elucidating the power of transmedia in encouraging participatory culture. While some of Harry Potter's transmedia represent Jenkins' idea of continuity, telling the same story using different medias, other media reflects Jenkins' counter-principle of multiplicity, whereby newness to the story is learned, enhancing rather than duplicating the audience's experience, delivering more to the story than was known beforehand. The concepts of transmedia and fandom intertwine significantly, impacting the other both positively and negatively. A huge amount of transmedia, like what Harry Potter has, means a greater amount of exposure for the franchise, therefore enabling a larger audience to actively participate and become an active part of the fandom, and allows the audience to form a community of like-minded individuals, giving people a sense of belonging. Fans can share their thoughts, ideas and creations with others, building on the story of Harry Potter. Fan fiction is an expansion to the source universe, where the fan not only utilises the text, but also constantly renegotiate their analysis. Does the content count as transmedia storytelling if the fan has created content based off of the original, but isn't a part of the original story? Here is an example. Conrad Studios has released a 3-part film made by fans for fans. It delves into the magical world whereby a teenage witch is persecuted by Death Eaters. It uses new characters but is set in the original Wizarding world. This media form is a direct link to Jenkins' idea that textual poaching is where fans take away from the content what they find useful or pleasurable, and make their own creations with it. It is unsure to me whether this counts as multiplicity and expansion, as it was not created by the author whose original story it belongs to. However, once media is released, the fans become the author of the meaning. Despite the fan films being set in J.K. Rowling's Wizarding world, the fans have come up with their own concept for their film, and in doing so expanded the magic universe, sparking great fan conversation around the films. It can be seen that their success via textual poaching is accepted because it is promoting the original story as it is inspired by it, therefore showing how transmedia and fandom play a huge part in the franchise's continual success. Ultimately, the other side to having a huge fandom across all media platforms is the amount of rejection and hate that can be enforced upon a media that does not reflect what the audience wanted. Throughout the films, remade characters, Easter eggs or deleted scenes caused many book fans to feel angry or disappointed because the film narratives had been altered to which fans were not happy about. For example, in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the Death Eaters burned down the burrow. However, this does not happen in the books. Fans took to social media and shared their thoughts among one another, generally stating that the burrow was one of Harry's only safe spots and that it was unnecessary, believing the scene was only put in to get more action in the film. As mentioned earlier, being in a community where you all feel similar thoughts makes it easier to stand up to media you dislike as you are part of a group, therefore are more confident in letting your opinion known. This is important because it affects the success of the said media. I am unsure what the reasons were for altering the original narrative of the book to the film for Half-Blood Prince. However, content should be made to fulfill fans' expectations, as these are the people who are responsible for the mainstream success of the media in the first place. I discovered Harry Potter around the age of 8 and have been hooked on the magical world ever since. I remember having Harry Potter marathons with my parents and getting the Monster Book of Monsters as my first Harry Potter gift. I was fascinated by the fictional world and wanted to be a part of it as much as I could. As I grew up, my love for the franchise has stayed the same and I consider myself a member of the fandom. I visit the London studio tour every couple of years with my friends, buy merchandise and Harry Potter gifts for my family at Christmas. I have posters, books, consume fan edits almost every day, whether that be on YouTube or TikTok, and I occasionally put the soundtrack on in the background because of the nostalgia and the happiness it makes me feel. It is incredible to see how the story of Harry Potter continues to bring people together 20 years later. The story is timeless. In reflection of my analysis, I am now more aware of how valuable fandom is in the success of Harry Potter. If fans stopped interacting with the transmedia and making their own media, would Harry Potter still be impacting our lives as much as it is? Going forward, I will appreciate fans' media creations more, as it is fans we have to truly thank for keeping the magic of Harry Potter alive. To conclude, transmedia and fandom are two hugely significant factors in why Harry Potter is the cultural phenomenon that it is today. Transmedia allows for the continual and expansion of the story and stories within, and fandom allows for the feeling of belongingness to a collective community in love and support of the stories. Harry Potter has one of the largest fandoms in the world, and with new media being released all of the time, I see the story living on a lot longer than it already has, as it is clear Harry Potter has a special place in a lot of people's hearts.